How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farm Simulator 22 on the mod map Goldcrest Valley. We're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Goldcrest Valley. This is a map from Farm Simulator 17, converted and modernized for Farm Simulator 22. The map includes main farm, animals, 31 fields, 15 sell points, biogas plants, 10 production points. You will see more after downloading map. There's been several changes to this map, starting with changelog 1.1.0.0, and it reads, "Made placeable farm, house, and straw barn, added 2 new production points, added new train, changed farmland arrangement, fixed lime texture, fixed visual bugs." Then there was changelog 1.1.1.0, added BGA from FS17, added pigs and sheep pastures from FS17, added collectibles, fixed visual bugs. This map was created by Puma145 and is 298.44 megabytes to download. You can see here we already have the map opened up, and there are no mods required for this map. You start out here at the farm, right here by the farmhouse. You own farmlands number 12, 14, 15, and 71. You can purchase all areas on this map. You do start with animal pens. You can see a cow pasture, chicken coop, and horse paddock you start out with originally. There are contracts available on this map. No productions to start out with. Collectibles are available, 100 of them to be precise. There are mods available for this map. Nothing under the buy menu, but under the build mode, you can see under sheds, a couple of Goldcrest Valleys right here. Under silos, you got the grain silo there for 1,000,000 liters. Nothing under extensions, nothing under containers, tools, or farmhouse. Or no, you do have the farmhouse here. Under productions, nothing under factories. You do have the barn for the sell point here. Under greenhouses, nothing. Orchards, nothing. Generators, nothing. Under animals, nothing. Under, whoops. Oh my goodness. Nothing under cows, horses, pigs. You do have the pigsty large there, or pig enclosure. Sheep, you do have also the sheep pasture. Chickens, nothing. Bees, nothing. And others, nothing. Decorations, nothing under fences. Nothing under lights, and nothing under others. Under landscaping, you have several additional textures available. Under trees, nothing here, and under plants, nothing there. So you do start out here at the starting farm, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we start out with. Under the buy menu, under owned equipment, under small tractors, you have the Kloss Arian 660. Under medium tractors, you have the Zader Crystal HD 170, as well as the John Deere 7810. Harvester, you have the Deutzfahr Toplighter 4090H. Trailers, the Welger DK 115. The header for the Deutzfahr. Under cultivators, the Amazon Senio 4000 Super. Under power harrows, the Amazon KG 3001 Super. Seeders, the Amazon Kateya 3000 Super. And under weights, you have 3 Agco 650 weights. So you do start out here at the starting farm, right next to your sleep trigger. Over here, you have a repair trigger. Plenty of storage to start out with. I always like this little part of the house. I really wish that this would open up and be something under here. That was one thing when I first came on and played at the FS19 and played Goldcrest Valley. I saw this and was like, oh, I really wish there was something there. Some of your starting equipment right here. Around the back here, you have your chicken coop. You can have up to 100 chickens. You have your output for eggs here and your input for feed right there. Up here is the barn sell point right here. This will take bales of hay, straw, grass, etc. Over here is your silo. You have your input right here and your output right here. Some more storage around back here. And that's pretty much it for your starting farm. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run across the field. I'm going to grab the cloths over here. And now we'll head out of here and show you on the map. So just down over here, you can barely see it, but out in the distance there, maybe if I go into cab. No, of course not. There you go. You can kind of see it there in the distance. There's a rent train trigger just over there. We're going to get onto the main strip here. Now you've got this main highway that runs east and west across the entire length of the map, which is nice. It makes kind of getting around east to west very nice. But then if you have to go north and south, you've got a couple of ring roads that just go around the top portion of the map, and this kind of sort of southern portion of the map, you'll see those are more kind of back roads, and we will take some of them. Now we kind of leave the highway here, go up this hill, and we're going to start to see our first set of interests right up this hill. Okay, so make a right here. And before I describe what this is, I'm going to take a look at the map because I just realized I didn't check out prices and stuff. So prices vary greatly on this map. So you've got this field here for 83,000. Got this one for 143. They're rather expensive, even though they're kind of small. 150,000. You got this little area here. Actually, this is a pig barn right here. But then you really start getting into this bigger fields. 475, almost half a mil right there. 800,000 for that one. Like you're gonna be kind of hard pressed to get cheap land. You got a couple over here. You got an 88,000, 114,000, but still, I mean, the smallest field here, I think is field 10, and it's 73,000 to purchase. So you're gonna be hard pressed to start kind of building off. But you do have a couple of medium-sized fields, one small-ish kind of field. You're just gonna have to cycle through and maybe do a season or two before you really start, making some cash. But then eventually you'll start getting into it. And this one here, I think, is the biggest field, and this is almost $800,000. So it's going to be kind of a slog. You're going to have to really kind of roll into it. So right here, you have Mary's Farm sell point. Right next to Mary's Farm is the animal dealer. Now, you can purchase your animals directly from this location here and have them delivered for you. It will require a delivery fee, so you're going to be charged extra for your animals. Or you can purchase from the actual pens and pastures directly. That'll also incur you a delivery fee because you're simulating in both those methods the delivery from either from this location or to the location of the pens and pastures. And they're just going to charge you money. And depending on what you're buying, if you're buying cows, which I think are the most expensive delivery fee, and because we do have a cow pasture, I can illustrate this. For the youngest, you get $50 per cow. You can see there under fees. Under the middle-ranged cows, you have $80 per cow, and then $100 per cow for the oldest. So it's one of those, like, you're gonna be charged quite a bit of money. And actually, it looks like horses are far more expensive, $300 per horse, and chickens you get like $1. So those are relatively inexpensive. here, let's go to the older ones. Are $15 for $5 per chicken. So, and it then just all adds up, you know. So if you're looking to save money, especially right at the very beginning, if you have access to a trailer or can you lease one right away, go ahead and do that because that'll save you some cash. Around the back side here is the cereal factory. 110,000 for this. Outputs here, inputs here. Right next to us is the sugar factory. 80,000 to purchase this. Outputs here, inputs around the front side. Right here. And then over here is the oil mill. 80,000 to purchase this. Your inputs and outputs are right here. So now we're gonna kind of take this quote-unquote ring road, as I am kind of deeming it, all the way around to our next point of interest. So we're just gonna kind of be hugging the south portion of this map for a little bit. We're just going to be following along these farm edges here. I should say field edges. One kind of cool feature I always liked about this map is this little bridge right here to get between this river crossing here. I don't know why, it just always kind of stood out to me, and I've always kind of liked it. And it's been there from, at least as far as I remember, from 2019 when I started playing the Farming Simulator series. Now we're going to make a left here. And coming up straight ahead here is our next point of interest. To my left, we have a bunker silo approaching. To my right, we have the cow barn. So you have your slurry output right here. You have your feed input right here, and I believe this is also the straw trigger if you have a blower. Right here, you have your slurry output. No, wait. I think this is your milk trigger, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's your milk trigger because your milk tanks are right back here. Okay, sorry about that. And then right here is your animal dialogue. You can have up to 450 cows in here. What's nice about this is you can also get in here with equipment and mow all this grass. So that's kind of nice. But you have to purchase the land first to do that. And you don't own the land, you just own the ability to get in and out of the pasture. So to purchase this land, you have to have farmland number 69 at 123,719. Then you can start to mow and do all the stuff you want to do with that pasture there. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to our next point of interest. We're just going to hop over here. Now we are going to skip a couple of these right here for the time being, but we will double back and backtrack to them. So now we're out to the main road right here. And now coming up here to my right, this is Gomez Ridge Acres sell point. again, we're going to do a little bit of backtracking to the main road here. We're going to make a right here, followed by a left, and here we have the shop and repair trigger. So shop trigger right here, and repair trigger is, oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Right here. Now we're gonna kind of hop over around the back side here. This is the spinnery. Purchase this for $60,000. You have your inputs here and your outputs right around the side. Here we're going to make a right. Oops, there we go. And follow the bend. Now approaching on my left is the gas station, right there. Now across this bridge. Oh, I turned too early. Oops. So I'm going to have to read these in reverse. So the first one here is the restaurant sell point, followed by Denton's Bakery sell point right here. Cross over here. Okay. Now to my right is the farmer's market sell point, and to my left, right down there, is the fast food restaurant sell point. Oh, you see one of the trains going by. And that is one of the key features of this map, is this is one of the few maps that I'm aware of that has multiple trains going around the entire map. So right back here is the supermarket sell point. And now what we're going to do, go up here. Okay, right here, let's take a look at the map, see where we've been, what we've seen. So we started here at the farm, came out here, and I kind of pointed to the rent train point right there. Came all the way down here to Mary's farm, sell point, the animal dealer, the cereal factory, sugar mill, as well as the oil mill. Came up and around here to the cow farm, cow barn, up, crossed over the kind of dividing road here, came up and around, came to Gomez Ridge Acres sell point, back over here to the shop and the repair trigger, back here to the spinnery, around here, passed by the gas station, and then came from this direction, saw the restaurant and the Denton Bakery. Came up to here, we saw the farmer's market as well as the fast food restaurant. Then we came and saw the supermarket, and then we came up this side road to here. Now if we look at farmland number 66 and purchase it for $36,792, you now get a trigger to pop up. This is your sheep pasture. You can have up to 400 sheep here. Very nice. Your output for wool is right here, and your inputs for water is right here, and feed just behind it. Now coming up here, you can kind of see it right there. That is, oh, I'm looking for the name, Train Station Central. And this one's unique. You do have a rent train point right here. This one's unique because you can load into it using both sets of tracks and both trains. So if I look at the map just real quick, you can see you have your own section of track going out to the west side of the map, and then another set of tracks around the east side, and they just go into a perpetual loop. I think on this east side track here, it's kind of quote unquote useless. There's not really any particular I don't want to say there's not a point, but there's really nothing here for the train to load in and out of besides another silo. But on the western track here, you do have a sell point that you can actually load only specifically using the train. So that is kind of a good useful feature for that train. And this is kind of the whole sell off the map before selling off the map was a thing in 2022. So kind of a cool feature here. You do have your ins and outs for the trains right here, and then your in and out for your trucks and trailers. Your in is right here into the silo. Your out is right here. Over here you have another train rent point, and you have the the tailor shop right here for $100,000. You can purchase that. Inputs here. You have a wardrobe trigger right here, and your outputs are on the back side here. Go ahead and get my tractor. Cross over the tracks here. And now here, pull out, make a left, head north. Oops. Looking down at my notes and not paying attention where I'm driving. Okay, then cross the street here. This is the biogas plant. You can see several bunker silos are available here. If we take a look at the map, we were here at the, actually, yeah, I think we came up to the sheep barn here. So pulled around, we saw the train station central, rent train point and tailor shop. Then we came up to here. If you purchase farmland number 1 for $103,848, you now have the biogas plant triggers. And this is just a standard plant, nothing, special or unique in the ways of products or anything like that. You have your solid inputs here. You have your where did everything else go? It's up at the front here. Alright, what am I missing here? Nope, that's the road. Oh, here we go. This is your output for your digestate and your input for your liquids. So your slurries and whatnot, and that's your digestate. Phew! I knew it was around here somewhere. And it's just in that corner over there. Okay, so now make a right here. This is the bakery. Purchases for $50,000, and around the back side here, your in and out is right there. So now we have a little ways to go before our next point of interest. Okay. Now we're going to go up to the top of this hill and we're going to make a left. Here we go. Make a left right here. And we will stop right here. Over here we have the carpentry for $60,000. You can purchase this. And you have your inputs for the carpentry right here. The wood cell trigger right there. And here is your outputs. Over here you have a sawmill, but this is just a sell point. This is not a production point. Your wood cell trigger is right there. You have a wood chip buy point right here. Isn't that right? Hold on. Just confirm. So we were here at the biogas, we checked out the bakery, and then came over here, saw the production point here. We have the sawmill here, the debris crusher. What is going on here? So we got the sawmill. No, that's a dump point. So that's a buy point for wood chips. Okay, that's right. Debris crusher right there. Biomass heating plant right here with the wood cell trigger for it right there. And now we'll head out of here, head to the south for a minute. So now we're approaching that sell point that I mentioned earlier where it's only accessible via the train. You can come out here with a vehicle, and I guess if you wanted to, you could like dump into it via a trailer, just kind of riding over the tracks. But this is the sell point here. This is Mapleville Mill, and you have a rental point for the train right here. Go ahead and turn around. You see the train approaching right over there. And over here is another train silo. So you have your inputs for the silo right here. Your outputs for your trailers are right here. And then you can load into it with the train right there. And I believe that was Train Silo West. Train Station Town. So that's the one for the town right there. So we came from the sawmill, came over here to Mapleville Mills, saw their train rental point, and then came over to here, the train station town. Now, you need to backtrack a little bit more, get up to the northwestern corner of the map. Then make a right here and head out like we were heading back towards the sawmill. Again, train going by again. It goes into a perpetual loop. It's always just going around and around and around. But because it's going around and around and around, you just need to make sure that you're paying attention either to your HUD or paying attention to your surroundings, because that train's going to keep coming by every couple of seconds. You're going to see it 1 second here, and then maybe not even 30 seconds to a minute later you're going to see it again, and it's just going to keep going and going and going, which means that you're going to have many opportunities to get hit by that train. So yeah, it's one of those that you just need to make sure you're paying attention at any train crossings. If the gates are down or anything like that, don't try and beat it, because it's one of those that I don't know if anybody out there plays any way the way I do, but I admit I sometimes try and beat the train because I don't want to wait. I get impatient, and I've been burned several times. I either get stuck on a gate crossing or something like that, and then I just get plowed by the train, and it's just not cool. So now we're approaching the next point of interest up here in the northwest corner of the map. Alright, so here is the right agribusiness sell point, right there. Head down here. And now make a left. We just keep following this along until we get to our next point of interest. Again, there's the train. You can see it there at the bottom corner of the HUD. And it's just going to keep circling around, both of them. As a matter of fact, there's two on this. Oh, I passed right by my road. Alright. This is the grain mill. Purchased this for $96,000. Inputs here, outputs there. If I turn around, we're going to just jump right over here. Now you can see through the trees, right there is the gas station. And to my left is the horse paddock. So you have access to this. You can have up to 16 horses. Again, if you want to do anything with the land or anything, you have to buy it. You have your... Wait a minute. What would be an output for horses? Now I'm confused. Horses don't have an output. I'm not going crazy, am I? Yeah, just straw. There's no output for horses. So why is that there? Huh. Anyways. Oh, wait, is that the water point? Is that what... No. No, it's not a water point. Feed trigger is here. And this acts like a barn, so it doesn't take water. Okay. Moving on. Sometimes you come across things like that and you just nod and smile. So over here, to my left is the train station north. So you have your ins and outs right there for the train as it passes by. There we go. And your input for your train for your trailer is right there, and output is right behind me there. Over here is the dairy. Purchase this for $70,000. Your input is right here, and your output right back there. I probably could have went around that way. now make a right. Come off the road right here. Now let's take a look at the map and where we've been, what we've seen. So, we're here at the train station town. We came out and around all the way up here, out and around to the right agribusiness, out to here, down here to see the grain mill. Out here we passed by the gas station and checked out the horse paddock and its confusion. Came down to here, we saw the dairy as well as the train station north. Came down across the tracks and now we're here. If we purchase farmland number 62 for $74,080, well, now you have access to the pig pasture right here. So you can have up to 400 pigs here. Your input for food is right there. Your slurry output is right here. And I believe there is no water. Nope, no water necessary for this one. So now we're gonna turn around. Oh, and we can see the tracks lowering and the train going by. Okay. So over here, just want to jaunt across the street. And right here is the Goldcrest Pacific Grain Sell Point. Okay, right here is the grape processing unit. Purchase this for $80,000. Your outputs are right here and your inputs are right here. Cross over this little bridge right here. And now we're going to come up to our last point of interest. Now I've got to be honest with you, this next point of interest kind of confuses me. Seems like a rather odd place for this. Right here, on the backside here, is the pizzeria. Off the main road, kind of tucked away off a dirt road. Just seems kind of an odd place for it. But that is the map. That is Goldcrest Valley. Now it is time to render my opinion, 0 to 5 scale as always. What do I think of this? Well, I loved Goldcrest Valley back on FS19. And I'm pretty sure that, and I could be wrong about this, so don't quote me, I think Puma145 was the creator back on FS19. So the same map maker makes the same map for the newest edition of the game. Unfortunately, it feels way too much like the FS19 version. Even though we've got all the production points and we've got all the, everything, it it feels like the same exact map just brought over to the new one. And when I see a map that was on a previous version that I'm familiar with and quite frankly fond of, I would love to see some kind of improvements done to it, not just a kind of copy paste kind of thing with maybe a couple of new features here and there because of the new version of the game kind of thing. So, with that being said, like I said, I love the layout. I love Goldcrest Valley, and want to love this version of it. But because it's just such a copy and paste in my eyes, with very little exceptions, like the uh, productions and things like that, in the place of some of the sell points that were available for FS19, it's essentially the same map. It's basically a copy and paste. And with that being said, I unfortunately, like, if this was brand new, this was a brand new map, we've never seen this before kind of thing, I would give this a 5. All day and night. But because we've had this in FS19, we had this in FS17, I didn't play FS17, so I'm not familiar with that version, but I'm very familiar with the 19 version. I give this a 3. It's too similar without being kind of without standing out and being something like new and fresh and exciting. And I kind of feel bad for saying that because, again, I have such fond memories of the FS19 version, but with this being FS22, it kind of gives me, and I don't want this to sound mean, this is just trying to be some constructive criticism, but it gives me the kind of EA Sports vibes. That kind of, anybody who's familiar with, like, especially like the sports series of EA Sports, like Madden or NHL or insert any of their sports, NBA, a lot of their games are just copy and paste from years past and you get a roster update. Well, that's kind of how this feels to me, and I feel like I said, I feel bad for saying it, for kind of putting out there like that, but that's kind of the best comparison I have, just because of how similar and how much I feel like this is too much like 19. So, unfortunately, 3 out of 5. That's what I give this, is middle of the road. I really feel like there could be something better out there. So, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.